up this drama screen at the 2017 LA Film Festival with director Lea Thompson. How you doing?
Hi, very good, thanks.
And writer star of the Year of Spectacular Men, Madelyn Deutch. How you doing?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for talking to us.
Congratulations. I've seen the film, loved it.
Oh,
Yay!
I'm very happy.
We get so excited that anyone sees the film at all, and especially more so if they enjoy it. Thank you for saying so.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Lea. So which hat do you like to wear better? Director's hat or actor's hat?
Well, acting is a lot easier. You get to go into your trailer and sit there instead of like sitting on the set the whole time. But this has been a complete joy. Like I've, never created a piece of art from the ground up. And, Maddie and I developed this. We've been working on it for 4 years. So I'm incredibly proud of it. So it's kind of like one of those no pain, no gain. I mean, like I feel I've enjoyed the process of making this so much, and I'm so happy that people like you are seeing it finally. And so it's hard to say. It's easier to be an actor, but it's more rewarding in a lot of ways to be a director.
Now you get to direct your 2 daughters in this film. So this is a fun question. Do you apply the same directing style on them as you do parenting them?
Ooh, that's a really good
That's a loaded question. That's impressive.
Well, I think I should ask you that. I don't know. No, I think it's different. I mean, now we are all women, I mean, at a certain point, I remember kind of cutting the tether at certain, like now that we're all women, our relationship, it's a complicated relationship between a mother and a daughter, and then more interesting when you're a fellow artist and collaborator. So, but it feels natural because we've been working together. I mean, you started singing with me when you were 10, and then, Zoe and Maddie and I have been, working on auditions together, and we've been collaborating, working on this script for 4 years. So it seems kind of natural.
Yeah, it wasn't like the type of thing where it was like, I would never work with my family and this is out of the blue. Like it felt like a progression, something that would happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you being the writer, most oftentimes out there, when the writers, when the script goes into production, the director would apply their vision on it, and so there might be changes that are inevitable. I mean, were there changes along the way during the production to the script, or do you say, Mom, please stick to the script?
No, absolutely not. I think one of the coolest things about being an actor as well, and having worked a lot as an actor, is that I've seen both things. I've seen actors be really disrespectful to the script, and I've also seen writers really disrespectfully impose their script on actors. So I tried to not do either thing, and I tried to always come at it compassionately and know that everybody wants the same thing. Everybody just wants to make a great movie, and so or try their best to. And so which is not to say that we didn't really work on the script. We really did. I mean, I think by the time we got to shooting, we were on our 11th or 12th draft or something, which doesn't seem that crazy, but they were kind of major overhauls. It was not like I changed. It was not like I added an apostrophe. Like we really took our time working on the stuff. And my mom was incredibly respectful to me as her child, as her woman child, human, and I think at the end of the day, you liked the script, and so you wanted to try to keep it, the original vision. The thing is, where I really got a lot of slack as a writer is that normally a writer is not on set the whole time, and so I think it was good for you guys, because you could be like, well, the writer's here. It's not like the writer's coming next week, as if there was ever a question, I was there to hopefully answer it. So, that was good.
Now, I was a huge X-Files nerd in the 90s. My celebrity crush is still Gillian Anderson. So, so that's what I was going to ask you. Are you yourself an X-Files fan, or is it something that you created for Easy?
Massive fan. I'm pretty sure I use this movie only as a vehicle to let everyone know that I'm an X-Files fan. Huge fan. My mom did a convention, and David Duchovny was there a couple months ago. She sent me a picture of them, and I immediately burst into tears and blacked out. very
I should have
excited.
invited him tonight.
I love
Maybe it's not too late.
them. I love them so much. I can't help myself.
I've interviewed him, by the way. He's a great guy. Yeah,
Ah!
great guy.
Oh, I'm so obsessed with that show.
He probably liked that line where she goes, his poetry book party launch part.
Yeah, because David Duchovny writes poetry.
Yeah.
So in the right, am I right? He does.
He's
Yeah.
an English maestro.
Yeah. So in the among so many other things, but in the movie we have a bit about that. Like the party they go to is supposed to be like his book launch, which is really probably pretty esoteric. I don't know that everyone's gonna like know David Duchovny's personal details of his life like I do because I'm a stalker. It's fine. Can we get rid of this part of the interview? Thanks.
Now, I'm a millennial. Previous generations sometimes see us millennials are like, entitled, lazy, or narcissistic. They don't know that we sometimes we don't know what we want yet out of life, and we want more out of life as opposed to just like you going into doctor or factory work or whatever it is. So I believe that strongly that Izzy, your character, kind of speaks to that. Am I right or am I wrong? Or what do you hope this movie would speak to people who are suffering from millennialitis?
That warms my heart that you say that, actually, because I think that a lot of the bad characteristics that get pasted on the millennial existence, they're true, kind of. But what you said that's really true is that we want more. I think one of the things that I find consistently with me and my friends is that we want to do better. We want to make a change. We want to make a difference. And so it's a lot of, I've noticed our generation puts a lot of pressure on themselves to like go above and beyond expectation. And so I think that maybe that can be paralyzing. I actually think a lot of that narcissism, a lot of that that navel gazing, a lot of that that sort of paralyzed behavior comes from the need to want to do more. And so, yeah, I appreciate that you said that.
And Maddie really wanted to create that. There's a hole in the content. Like people don't write about millennials and millennial women, and especially not a real millennial woman writing about millennial women. So, and someone gave
millennial guys,
yeah. And someone gave me a great compliment on an interview. They said one of the things I loved about this movie is she isn't the pixie dream girl, and I said, yeah, that's because a woman wrote it. A man didn't write it. She's neurotic, but she's not the, what is it?
It's not the manic pixie dream girl.
Pixie dream girl. And I thought that was good. But there's a real hole in the market, so we're hoping to fill it with the Year of Spectacular Men.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you for that. Back to you, Leah. I spoke with a lot of, or I've interviewed a lot of independent female directors, and they told me that one of the challenges out there is that sometimes, and when it comes to like if a male director successfully helmed an independent film, and then they get picked up to do a big studio, a major project like Colin Trevorrow or Gareth Edwards, that fortune doesn't happen to female directors. Studios are like, okay, let me get this indie filmmakers and put it on our big budget, project. Why is that, and what do you think could be done to make big studio take a chance on female directors as well?
Well, there's a lot of pressure being put on the studios right now, and rightly so. But there aren't very many jobs to go around. The studios aren't making that many movies. So, but specifically pulling a director, they do that a lot on TV too. Yeah. They take a director that's like done absolutely no TV, one little movie, in Guatemala, and then they give them a giant HBO show. It's really weird.
It's really weird. I think
what we want is the next step. I'm not like saying I want to do, the biggest movie in the world. I'd like to have a bigger budget, and pay everybody a lot more, on my next movie. We would just want a shot. We want the next step. And
it's just a classic double standard. It's systemic. It exists. Yeah. It's real. We're working. We're trying.
And I don't find as much, I feel like I see the directors that are about 8-10 years older than me. They have a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder. I think they paved the way for me. Most crews now are younger. They've been trained in film school. They're not as sexist at all. Sometimes you run into a DP that's older and they're annoying. And every once in a while there's like an older male actor that's annoying, but most of the time people are pretty cool about being a female director. They're very respectful, and I haven't had that much trouble with that.
I think it's one of the most nonsensical things in the world because it's like, is there any job that's more multitasking than being a director? And it's like, I feel like it's baked into women's DNA to like know how to multitask really well.
And Zoe was honored at the Women in Film Awards a couple days ago, and they have a chart, and they show certain, it's like 7% women are directors, 13% are producers. I'm botching this, but what was most shocking, it's only 1% of women score movies, are professional movie scorers and composers.
Yeah.
And Maddie composed the movie, so she's in the 1%. Yeah.
So on that note as well, when you find out that Madelyn and Zoe are going to go into acting, following your footsteps, what was your advice to them?
Well, it's a continual advice. It's like a lot of different advice. Some is annoying, some is good. I try to actually, as a director or as a mother or or a collaborator, I actually try to keep my advice very simple as I can. And because I've been doing it so long, I can distill things, hopefully sometimes, to its like most essential piece of advice. It doesn't always work, and I am not the most eloquent sometimes. When I get really busy, I can't like say the right thing. But I was proud that they wanted to follow in my husband and I's footsteps. Howie Deutch is a director as well, because one thing, I can help. I know things. It's fun to be able to help. If they would have become mathematicians, I would have been a mess. I wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah, I think also you guys have the mantra in our house is next. If it goes well, great. Next. If it goes badly, not great. Next. That was how you guys raised us. So we were kind of taught to just try to move forward. Mm-hmm. Having parents who have worked in this business since the last ice age means they have never, ever stopped. They literally don't know how to stop. Sometimes I try to get them to calm down. It does not work. I had a girlfriend go, your family inspires me so much because you guys just keep on clawing up. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's the only way. Yeah. So you guys tried to kind of instill that in us, I think.
Yeah, I mean, life is hard. It's always full of ups and downs, and you just have to keep getting up.
But also, one more thing, this is the last thing I'll say. You guys didn't act so unique. I hate it when people act like Hollywood is so heartbreaking and so hard. It's like, you're not working in a coal mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every job is hard. If I was managing a Trader Joe's, I'd be just as stressed out as I am right now. You know what I mean? Everyone goes through struggle. My parents never acted like our business is so much harder or more dramatic or high pressure. So we treated it like it was a trade, not like a lifestyle.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Now, as I'm winding down to my final questions, because our time is up, I would love to talk with you guys forever, but I want to ask you these geek questions, okay? Yeah. Geek questions. So I'm a big fan of Outcast. Yes, I am.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy.
The season finale was insane.
Okay, so you saw the season finale of season 2?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, okay.
Where did you see it?
Cinemax or HBO?
Are they streaming it online? I shouldn't be asking these questions on camera. I've been so involved in this.
We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it.
So good. So
oh man!
I want to ask you this geek question because I'm a fan. Dakota has her way of, like, you got to deal with the demons like this way. Kyle's like, no, you got to do it this way. Yeah. The Reverend's like, no, you got to do it this way. The police chief's like, so everybody's got their own kind of like ways.
Agenda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you think Dakota needs to follow Kyle, or do you think everybody else needs to go with Dakota's direction because Dakota knows best?
Dakota knows best.
Well, I think Dakota was a little misled.
Oh. Okay.
So I think the truth is that in that kind of, what's the word? Oh God. Look, it's another world.
Yeah.
And they're not sure the consequences. They don't know what's going to happen. And the best thing about the writing on that show was how on uneven footing everyone was all the time. So it's to be honest, I think one of the funnest things and the hardest things about playing that character is I tried to keep a sense of humility, a strength in her that she was like sure of her mission, but vulnerability because nobody was really sure how it's going to end.
Exactly.
They're still not. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure who is right.
So, have you guys been renewed yet for season 3? And will there be an announcement soon? Looking forward.
I don't know. I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. That makes me so
We
happy.
had a friend from Italy, from Max Mara, who was saying the same thing.
Yeah,
They
they
sing it in Italy.
love it in Italy. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're so
Huge fan.
sweet.
Well, I have geek questions for you as well. I heard rumors that Caroline in the City may get revived. Is that true?
Oh, I think I started that rumor.
I think
you started
I think I'm the only one who started that rumor. I've seen something on the internet about that. I must have said, yeah, why not? That'd be a great Netflix.
Yeah, that's the way to get it out.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know. So you and I, we're
Get
gonna
Bill Brady on board.
make that happen.
The X-Files came back. You know what?
Yeah, I know. Well, the X-Files was a bigger.
Still,
Right. Yeah, I do too. And I'm still best friends with Amy Pete, so we're neighbors. So I'll go over her and deliver her the script. So I'm sure she'd do it.
Last geek questions. I promise you. We, the fans, have this cardinal list of movies that we think should never ever be rebooted. The Godfather being one of them. If it gets rebooted, we're gonna go hit the streets protesting, and of course, part of that is Back to the Future. But I'm sure Hollywood is itching to reboot it. Using Weta digital wizards. Today's visual effects. If it gets rebooted, would you be okay with it? Well, how do you think it's gonna work out? And who would you like to see playing Lorraine?
Well, I wouldn't want to see it rebooted without me. So no, and it won't be until Bob Zemeckis passes from this earth. He's said that he retained the rights, and he will not allow that to happen. And he's rich enough, so he doesn't need to sell it.
There's no point in rebooting a perfect film. I don't understand the ones that are flawed, where they didn't have the technology at the time, and I understand, and they really feel they can do right by it. That's one thing, but it's a perfect film. You can't. First of all, there's no such thing as perfection. So then, when there is perfection, it's like, don't mess with it. Like, I get so confused. I don't understand.
And did you see Maddie playing Lorraine?
No, I'm not. I'm not. First of all, I'll never be a good enough actress to touch that part. That's
what they've been
glorious.
trying to do for years is make the musical. So you could play Lorraine in the musical. On
I don't
Broadway.
think I could ever. The thing that my mom possesses that a lot of really great actors have is this like sense of like wonderment and just total like hyper vulnerability and intimacy and just like that sparkly openness, and I do not possess it. I don't. I do something else as an artist or as an actor, but I could never the way the choices you made in that part are strong, brave
really
choices.
strong.
People don't talk about how strong your choices were in that
All
movie.
of us made really strong choices.
Like that is so ballsy.
I know, it was strong.
Because you look like you want to have sex with him in every scene. Do you know how ballsy that is?
I know, and everyone always says it's so innocent. And I'm like, I was literally like,
Yeah. It's so ballsy. I just nobody ever talks about that. I don't know. I could never touch any, not only that part, but any other part like that. It's just so not in my wheelhouse at all. But
it's good to know we are.
As a big fan of Outcast, Back to the Future, and the Year of Spectacular Men, thank you for the opportunity. And congratulations, yes.
so nice.
Oh, thank you so much
So
for
nice
having me.
to meet you.
Nice meeting you.